friends, Miss Chris here. Welcome back to my sewing channel. This is a great place for kids to learn how to sew, for grown-ups and kids to learn how to sew together, or if you're already an experienced sewer, this is a great place to pick up some new tips and tricks and projects along the way. Today we're going to talk about doing a whip stitch. Now just like the back stitch we talked about earlier, the whip stitch has both practical and decorative purposes, and today we're just going to talk about the decorative purpose. You'll use the whip stitch in two different situations. One is if you want to take two pieces of fabric and join them together, and the other will be when you want to applique one piece of fabric, a small piece of fabric, onto a larger piece to make a design. So we're going to take a look at both of those options. So come on in a little bit closer and we'll get started. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at an example of when we would use a whip stitch. I used a whip stitch to sew down this little flower, the pink and the yellow and the black actually, but you can't really see it that well, and also this rainbow. The whip stitch is used to sew down all of these pieces. Now you also can use the whip stitch to join together, like I did here, two pieces together. This, however, is a blanket stitch. This is not a whip stitch, so I will show you how to do both. We're going to start this, I'm going to show you the applique first. So this is joining a piece of fabric to a larger piece of fabric. And we're going to take our needle with the knot, and you're going to start from the back, coming toward the front, and oopsie. You'll probably want to make your first couple stitches up and down like this, and again, making sure that your stitches are evenly spaced and uniform in size. And you can go up and down a few times like this. This is called the whip stitch, and let me show you the back. I can't really see very well yet, but it's going to make a little diagonal line. So once you get good at making these little straight lines, then you can try doing them in one motion. So you'll come up from the back and then poke your needle down here on the other side of the felt, and in one motion you'll kind of rock your needle and poke it back up through the fabric. And this makes it go just a little bit faster because you don't need to do that up and down motion with the needle. So let me make a couple more of those for you. Down, and then you're rocking your needle back up and down and up. All right, so that is your whip stitch, and this is what it looks like on the back. Now if we're going to use the whip stitch to join two pieces of fabric together, this is how you would do that. I'm going to use this piece of felt as my two pieces, and I'm going to hide my knot in between the two layers here like this. So you can see I've got the knot right here, and I'm going to fold it over so that we can't see it on the back. Just like that. And then I'm going to continue just like I did right here, but I'm going to go around the edge of these two pieces of fabric, just around and around and around. And this is called whip stitch. And the purpose of this one, where this one is decorative to join this piece to the larger, this one is to make more of a seam, like you want to hold these two pieces of fabric together like I did for the pages in that book, except that was the blanket stitch, not the whip stitch. So here we go. This is what it looks like. This would be the back, and you can see when you open it up, it's a pretty secure little seam there. So that is the whip stitch in two different ways, on the edge and as an applique. Just like the other stitches we talked about, the more you practice, the better you'll get. So practice that whip stitch, and I'll see you back here next time.